Wavelengths by Jerry Hughes. Episode 21. Time for an emergency meeting of the management at Westernfield 185. Take a seat, Tom. Alana Gosling, the sales manager, will be joining us shortly.
Thanks, Mark, and also for taking temporary charge of the station under the circumstances.
That is what assistant editors are for. Kate will bring us some coffee shortly.
Oh, great. What an unholy mess this all is. And we know how this has all come about. Is Helen Kennedy in today?
She's back on her old PM show. There was no other option when Wayne vanished. Your tone, Tom, suggests that you feel Helen is the main instigator of it all.
Well, of course she is.
How?
Coming to see me at HQ and repeating to me what Carl Russell had told her.
I'm sorry, Tom, I beg to differ. If you hadn't then told Lisa about that, she'd been none the wiser.
Oh, come on. What else was I to do?
Seems to me this whole mess came about 5 years or so ago. But things that get brushed under carpets, Tom, are often in danger of getting uncovered again, given time.
Can I remind you, Mark, who it is you are actually talking to?
No, I don't need any reminding. Pictures have been forming in my head just lately, and I don't much like the look of them.
Meaning?
Look, that'll be Alana. I suggest we drop this particular part of the conversation for the time being. Come in.
Wayne? Good Lord.
Hey, Jill.
Where have you been? What on earth is going on? Mark disappears with Lisa yesterday, comes back alone and shuts himself away in her office. Now Tom Madison's here and having some urgent meeting with you and Alana Gosling.
I just want to get on with my work. Heaven knows I'm going to need the money. You say Lisa's not around?
No, haven't seen eye nor hair of her since yesterday.
Good. Just as well.
Have you been sleeping rough?
I've been at a B&B for a couple of nights. Haven't had all of my overnight stuff with me, hence my appearance.
Right, well, sunshine, you're not going to do any work. Helen's sitting in on the PM show again today, so you get yourself sorted.
How?
Look, I'll square it with Ben. But if you can get yourself home and pick up everything you need, then come back to our flat, have a shower or a bath, shave and get changed.
Look, that's really sweet of you, Jill, but I just can't face going back to the house if there's any chance of bumping into Lisa.
Is it that bad?
Yes. Really bad. Really, really bad.
This gets ever more intriguing. Helen Kennedy knows something but isn't letting on. People are chatting behind closed doors, so...
I know I can trust you, Jill, but certainly for now I'd best keep this shut. Enough damage has been done without me making things potentially worse, especially for myself.
Okay. Right, well, I'm going to make my excuses. I'm driving you home to get your stuff, then back to ours. Agreed?
Right now, Lisa is, or should be, boarding a flight to New York.
She's going home?
Yes.
So what do you intend telling the rest of the staff?
If you're happy for me to continue as acting station manager, Tom, then I'll call a staff meeting, perhaps tomorrow, and explain, as agreed, that Lisa has had to fly back to the States to be with a very sick relative.
Right, well, what about her return?
Well, I would suggest that as managing director, you think long and hard about that one. If she decides not to come back, as she was threatening, then a new station manager will have to be advertised for and boarded. Oh, sorry, Alana, I was forgetting. You've got that appointment, haven't you? You get yourself off. I think that's about everything. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers.
I can't say I'm too happy with your attitude, Mark. You seem to have scant regard for who I am and my position within this company.
Okay. If you want to fire me, then do so. But I think you know only too well that I've got too much on you. If you do get rid of me, then you've got some answering to do when it comes to the other board of directors.
That sounds like a blatant threat, Mark Foster.
I wouldn't hesitate to bleat about everything I know, Tom. And I don't think Helen Kennedy would hesitate either.
I never thought you were that type of a person. I always had a lot of respect for you. I completely misjudged you.
Take a good, long, hard look at yourself in the mirror. Fire me if you wish. Then take the consequences. Because if you do, this company will also be looking for a new MD pretty soon too. You mark my words.
Oh, blimey. The smell's overpowering.
Oh, perhaps you need to put some bleach down that loo.
It's your perfume I'm referring to.
What is it?
The usual.
Not one I'm particularly fond of. Reminds me of cat's pee.
And now to that. You're showing your jealous streak again, David Lasky.
Do I have cause?
Your lack of response to that makes me all the more suspicious.
Oh, what's the point?
Whatever I say, you won't believe me. You never do.
Whatever. So, what time you expected there then?
When I arrive. Gotta find the place first.
How come?
Natalie's just moved into a new flat in Oxford itself.
So she's moved out of her parents' place then, has she?
Yep, but just renting for the time being.
Make things more cosy for you both then, doesn't it? More private too.
As I said just now, what is the point in me even saying anything? You'll still think whatever you want. You're still going down the Woodlands Arms tonight?
Yeah, I thought I would. Be a bit boring me stuck here in the flat alone while you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, and you'd probably be very tempted to open that mysterious brown envelope too. Any news on Miss Motson, by the way?
If there was, Kev, you'd be the first to know about it. No, nothing yet. And I guess no news is good news.
Okay, Charlie. See you in the morning. Ta-da.
Lionel, I found this on the bedroom floor.
Oh. What is it?
Small bag of white powder.
Oh.
Bit like flour. Perhaps it fell out your trouser pocket or something when you were getting dressed this morning.
Well, it's nothing to worry about. It's powder that's used on certain pieces of machinery.
I've never heard of machinery needing powder. What machinery? And what does this do?
Oh, it's for a special saw. The powder stops the blade slipping.
Oh, I see. Are you in tonight or out?
In.
Oh, right.
Well, I will be out tomorrow night. Another meeting, about the Westernfield Eastern Development.
You do seem to have rather a lot of those, and you never tell me much about them.
Well, that's because I'm not supposed to say anything. Those meetings are strictly confidential, and you know only too well of that being the case.
Well, yes.
Apart from which, you'd only be bored. Anyhow, shall I put on the kettle?
Thanks, Larry. I'll pay at the end if you don't mind. Probably order some food in a while.
Goodness me. That looks refreshing.
Richard, hello. Would you like one? What is it? Some BXXX. It's our award-winning brew. Not to be missed.
Oh, all right. A master brew from your own fair hands, eh, Dave?
Oh, not exactly. I'm a barrel maker, not a brewer.
Well, okay then.
Go for it. Larry, another one of these, please, when you can. Ta. Sorry I'm later than I said. My last patient went on for longer than I thought.
Oh, that's all right.
Nobody else in tow tonight, then?
No, just little old me.
Kevin, my flatmate, has gone to Oxford tonight to see a friend.
Oh, right.
Oh, thanks, Larry.
Oh, yeah, let me pay for this.
No, Richard, I've told the landlord I'll pay at the end. I'm ordering some food later.
Cheers. You have very good health.
Good health to you, Dr. Evans. So, what would you normally have been doing tonight? Well, probably sat at home watching yet another episode of The Avengers on DVD.
No, You were never an Avengers fan as well?
Yeah, loved it since I was a kid.
Me too, really. Hey. Now, who's your favourite? Kathy Gale, Emma Peel or Tara King?
Well, I don't really remember Honor Blackman's episodes that well. Always feel sad when it comes to Linda Thorson's series as it was the last. So got to be Diana Rigg, black and white and colour. First Emma Peel episode.
The Town of No Return.
Correct. Favourite episode?
The house that Jack built. Very menacing.
Oh no, had to be the positive negative man for me.
Oh, I like that too, but for a different reason.
The positive negative man, by any chance?
Got it in one.
Glad you found it okay. Come on through.
Oh, it's a really nice flat.
Glad you like it, Kev.
That's got loads of character. Good Lord.
Good evening, Kevin. Glad you couldn't make it.
Anton. But I don't understand.
Sit down, Kev. Drink.
Something low or non-alcoholic, please.
Okay.
If you could see the look on your face, Sunshine, you wouldn't believe it yourself. Blimey, what's that whiff?
I don't understand. Well, what's he doing here, Natalie?
All will become clear, Kev. Here, apple drink, okay? It's the nearest I've got to a non-alcoholic cider.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Will you start, Natalie, or shall I?
The floor is yours, Anton.
Well, Kevin, you may well have seen me as the bad guy for all those months you worked for me at the paper.
Well, I wasn't alone there, Anton.
No, fair enough. But there's one big cover-up been going on.
Cover-up? What sort of a cover-up?
I accidentally stumbled across something of a rather shocking nature a few months ago. I took my findings to Anton, only to discover that he was already onto it.
Do you mean to tell me that you've both been working on something together?
Quite right. And knowing what we do about you, we felt we could trust you enough to bring you in on the knowledge, as it were.
I don't really understand.
Kevin, Councillor Maurice Newbury and his wife Ella are involved in a money-making scheme that is totally sordid and illegal.
Well, that doesn't totally surprise me. Word has had it for a long time now about him being a dodgy character. But I thought Anton and he were the best of buddies.
You'd be forgiven for thinking so. The night you and I saw Anton here and the good councillor exchanging things in the bar of the Woodlands Arms, it was all part of an act.
On my part, to win Maurice Newbury's trust.
So that you could find out more. Him thinking that you're on his side.
My word, Kevin, I can see that you're destined to become a great journalist in time. You certainly catch on quick.
Oh, well, thanks a bunch.
You see, Newbury indulges in the weed, just like me. And I have to confess to you that I've been supplied.
What? Cannabis?
Of course, cannabis. If you feel you want to run to the coppers and get my collar felt over that, then that's up to you. If you do, however, Maurice Newbury is going to get away with far worse things, and for a lot longer.
Such as what?
Such as activity that is going on upstairs at the Fish and Fowl restaurant. Want to hear more, Kev?
Well, seeing as this seems to tie in with something my mother's alerted me to, then yes, I certainly do want to hear more. Wavelengths is written and performed by Jerry Hughes. The music is by Gary Dawes.